When you hear the word titanium, most people think of the element, or maybe that song. But for Transformers fans, they probably cringe a little as the suppressed memories of a toy line filled with wasted potential resurfaces. I assume, since you're watching this video, you're part of the latter group. So you're welcome. The Titanium series was not actually a Transformers line. Not exclusively, anyway. The line actually contained releases from multiple properties like Star Wars, Marvel, Battlestar, and, well, also Transformers. Naturally, we're going to be focusing on the Transformers today.
Become a channel member today and... No! I am not saying that!
Scourge, you promised!
Become a channel member today, and you will make me the happiest butt on Earth.
That was great! Thanks, man!
I'm going to destroy you in your sleep.
For Transformers, Titanium was actually represented in two different price points. The smaller Robot Masters series consisted of 3-inch painted die-cast figurines of characters, ranging from different eras of Transformers up to that point. Representations from G1, Beast Wars, Alternators, the Unicron trilogy, but most excitedly, we got figures from the extremely popular, at the time, War Within comics. The Robot Masters line, as a whole, was nothing crazy. They were neat little novelties that would look great on your desk. Some sported articulation, mainly in the arms, but that's really it. They were harmless, much like the PVC Heroes of Cybertron line before it, only this time, a lot more metal. If the line had solely consisted of this, Titanium would probably be remembered, if at all, with some fondness by those that like this sort of thing. But it wouldn't really have left any impact on the community, for better or for worse. But thanks to that powerful force known as fan demand, another line was made. Enter the 6-inch Cybertron Heroes line of Titanium. This was where Titanium rose to new heights in its potential, and sadly, in a lot of cases, fell so hard. The Cybertron Heroes, like its smaller Robot Master segment, consisted of a lineup of characters that celebrated Transformers from every corner of the franchise up until that point. It also gave us the much-desired War Within designs from Don Figueroa, who happened to be working directly with Hasbro on Titanium. It used die-cast parts for the first time since G1, and most importantly, this line of figures could actually transform. On paper, this was a grand slam. But in execution, these Titanium figures were plagued with issues. That same die-cast that hardcore fans swear by sounds wonderful, but actually caused a lot of issues for the figures. While it feels like a quality material, it oftentimes caused figures to be unbalanced, and the quality of plastic used in the other parts often felt cheap, leaving hinges and joints that couldn't support the weight of the die-cast. The transformations often felt like an afterthought, barely being anything at all, like on War Within Megatron. Seriously, he just falls over. And the character choices, while being wonderfully diverse, also left the design team with some truly baffling decisions to make, like the overly ambitious Optimal Optimus figure. That tried so hard to replicate the original, but at that scale, with those materials, it ended up being a mess, even with leaving out one mode entirely. But was the line all bad? Honestly? No. There actually were quite a few good ideas here, and even some really nice figures that are still fun to mess with. The War Within Optimus was simple, but it worked really well, with beautifully sculpted details that brought the comic to life. His transformation was nothing crazy, but he looked fantastic in his Cybertronian truck mode. This line gave us the first ever figure of the Fallen, and while I'm not a huge fan of the painted flames on his back, I think the figure looks great overall, and represents a piece of history in the franchise that is still enduring to this day in new forms. Titanium also brought to the fold one of my favorite Rodimus Prime designs of all time. While I admit this isn't the best figure of the character, I like the look of it a lot. Having the trailer integrated into the robot mode properly works for me, and it would be fun to see the idea used in the future with the character. All but without the problem of a waist joint that can't hold the figure up if you breathe on it funny. Yes, the titanium line missed more often than it hit. We had full diaper Soundwave, shoulders for Day's Prowl, but we also got representation of the War Within Starscream, R.I.D. Optimus Prime, with beautiful repaints of Thundercracker and Hotspot respectively. This line even gave us one of the absolute best iterations of Beast Machine's Cheetor we've ever seen. Now, I know there's a small group of fans who hate Beast Machines, but even they have to admit, this definitely nailed the look better than anything else we've ever gotten. Titanium's willingness to embrace all eras of Transformers was a credit to the line. It fell over so that Legacy could sprint. It's true the line's ambition was more admirable than its overall quality, but I don't think it deserves the derision it sometimes receives. And even though it does offer more duds than successes, that doesn't mean it doesn't deserve a look back with fresh eyes, to appreciate what it tried to accomplish.
Did you like that video? Please subscribe. What are you doing? You're too polite. I just thought, subscribe or face my fury. Scourge, you're an Autobot. Oh, bite me.